Hi everyone, so happy you took the time again to come over and watch a new video from Dyanne, and my name is Janny. And of course, if you are here for the first time, we are doing on this channel lots of DIYs, home tours, home decor and shopping trips. So if you like this content, I hope you will consider subscribing. And of course, we are making already a little start for an early fall. So if you are into that, you are at the right place. So come along with me and see what we are up to. So here you see what I will use for my topiaries. This is the first time I'm going to make a topiary, like I told you, of course. But I'm very curious how he will turn out. But here you see my pumpkins I will use. Of course I will make two topiaries. So I have one of each. And here you see the brown color and a little bit of the orange and the green. I just changed them a little bit up, just with a little bit of paint, so I just give it a little bit more my own twist on it. But if you like the fall colors, this is probably be your color, and of course I will use them. It's a very easy DIY. And here you see of course my lights. Maybe I will use them. I will use some greenery. I will use some oasis for in my pots. This will be the bottom of my topiary, and of course I will paint them black, so is more fitting for my decor. They are from IKEA. I think I showed you in an earlier video. They were 49 cents, so they are really cheap. So this whole DIY is very cheap. And of course I bought some paint with the Action, and the Action is similar like the Dollar Tree, so I only paid €1. It's the same, a little bit the same as $1, so you have a little bit comparison. And of course here's some ribbon, and of course some glue and some rope, because I also want to use a rope. So I think I have everything, and now I'm ready to paint. First paint my planter, I think you call it this way, at least what will be the bottom of my topiary. First I will paint them in the black color. So you see, I already did some paint on my little display. It's just a simple plastic display I got from the Action, and it was only I think 20 cents or something. So you see, you don't need a lot of paint. It's just a little bit to give it a little bit more of another color. So we're going to try. I hope it will work, but we don't know. Just do the most of the time I'm starting within. You just see just inside of the middle of the pumpkin, and just let it flow out a little bit, if I say that right. You see already it gives already a totally different touch. And of course I know you don't see a lot of it because you are putting them on each other together, but of course we also will do the underside a little bit. So now I'm going to do a little bit of the brown color, because or else it will be too black from if you look above. So now I will do just a little piece of a little brown. I will just, but I have to make sure that it doesn't, it isn't too much, because you just need some little, it just has, that you don't see it, almost that you don't see it. You see already, here's already a little bit too much. I have to work this already out. So you see here my little black pots I will use for my topiary, and of course I have two of them, and I will cut now because the paint is drying. I'm already cutting my vases, so I'm just doing this just to make and now I hope it will fit a little bit. You see how easy it is? So I leave them a little bit this way because I need some green in it. Of course I will push it a little bit, and then I will just do a little bit. So you see, I do first one on camera and the other one I will do out of camera, or else you will take it too long. So now they are dried, and of course I made the decision to do the brown pumpkin under, and of course the green on top, and that's on the totally on top I will do the orange one. I have some normal glue, but I think I'm going to use the second glue. Yeah, it dries in seconds, at least normally. So I'm going to try to first put the green one on top of the brown one. So we will see if it will work out. At least I hope it does. But you see me already wearing my gloves. So now you see I have two of them ready. They are still a little bit drying, but at the same time I think I will do some rope immediately on the pumpkin. You see here I will do a couple of times. I will do them over here just to make a little round around around the pumpkin. So you see a little piece of twine, and of course here a little twine or rope, and of course also here. So I will do that also because there's still some glue, but I will use my gloves because I'm still a little bit scared that I will glue myself together. That's not really something I'm looking for. So that's why I used a glove, and now I hope they will stay on top of each other and they don't fall. So I will do a little bit extra glue on it. You see, some little glue. And I have to let it stick here, but it is already sticking on my, you see, on my gloves. So here you see how they are finished with the rope on it. Of course this is now in the neutral tone, but I will do some wax on it like I said. So I let it dry a little bit more so it will be very strong when I put them on my planters. And of course then I will also work around my planters so that I first let this one dry so it will be very strong. So they are dried right now. Now I'm going to do some furniture wax on the rope. I just show you with one piece because I think you already have the idea how it will look like. You see, just a little glow, just to give it a little bit more of the rustic feeling. So you see here how he changes already. Just a little piece over here. And of course you can do it the darker if you want to have a little bit more of the darker color. So now on top of the The nice thing about this rope is that he is really a little bit rough, because if you have this rope, it's a little bit tight of smooth, I think you call it, and this one is a little bit more with some a little bit harder also, and also a little bit more yeah, a little bit more rough, I think you call it. So a little bit more hairs on it, so it leaves a little bit more structure on your piece. So you see, I'm almost done with the first one. So you see the difference between them, one with and one without. If I go out of the light, you can see it a little bit better. So I will do now the second one, and then I show you how I'm doing then on my little planters. So I'm sorry if the lighting is not very good, because here in the Netherlands it is a very sunny day. So on the outside of my windows I did also I have sun treatment, and of course that will make everything a little darker. But if I do a really full light on it, then it you don't see really how my project is going to. So I'm going to look if nothing is too dark, but we're going to try. You see here, I will make a little hole in my oasis, because I want, like I did in an earlier video with some birds, I want to place this on top of it, but I want to leave it a little bit lower, so he is a little bit more steady. So I'm really going to let him go a little bit in my oasis. So of course I just will, but I think you know what I will do. So I do this out of camera because it will be one big mess. So I will do this one and this one also, and then then you will see what I do next. So you see, I did already with a knife. I made some space for my pumpkin in my oasis, for both of them. But I will show you first one of the pumpkin, of course. But now first what I'm always doing is take some glue, and of course this is very sticky glue, and I do it on the bottom of my oasis. This is very thick because it's already a little bit old glue. So I just stick it in here, so I will know that my pumpkin will stay on place. And of course over here, I still hope I do it on the camera, that I don't show you nothing. So this is one of them. So now I just let it dry for a little while, and then I will stick my pumpkin on top of it, so it can be dry also. I have to look if I have him totally the most I can in the middle. I think I have him in the middle. So this is one of them. Now I will do, of course, also the second one, because this one also has to dry. So now they are dried, and I will, you see here, this little wires. They are on iron wires, so I'm just folding them a little and just turning them a little bit, that you make a little stamp of your own. You see that he is much easier to work with. So you see, I did fill in also with some little branches of boxwood, because I like a little bit more of structure in my pumpkin. But you see already, they are both, sorry for the lightning, I can say it not enough, sorry for the light. Normally it's much better, but at least you can see what I did. So I did now everything out of greenery around it, and of course you are free to do colors in it, and of course you can do also, like I have here, you can use a piece of ribbon in it, so you can make a little bit more of the buffalo check, so you have so much inspiration for what you can do with it. But I leave it in this neutral way, and I show you in a moment how he really turned out. So now I will show you how I use a little touch of ribbon. I am not really a person who is making a lot of bows or really big things, so but I just want a little piece of the buffalo check inside of my some places in my greenery. So I just take a little piece of ribbon. Of course I will do it this way, it's a little bit easier to see. Just do one piece of ribbon, just cutting it, and of course I will make a little fishtail. You just fold your ribbon in two, just fold this side in two, and just cut this way. Be sure that you don't cut your own fingers. I hope I have, you see here, now you have two fishtails. Of course now I will take a little piece of wire. It's just some floor wire, or, and even you think you call it, you use, I come on the name in a moment. You always also you have them on your wreath. They are from those I cannot say it 1,000 times, but now when the camera is running, I'm not coming up with it. So, but you see here, just a little piece of wire is also great to use. Just squeeze it together, just inside, so this way, and just fold this together. So, because or else it is a little bit too long, just turn it around a little bit. And now I hope I don't have it too long. Just find a little spot inside of the oasis and just pull it inside. And now I have to look if I don't think it is a little bit too long or too much. And I do this 4 times in 4 places here in my, or maybe 3, I don't know. I will make sure, but you see how easy it just to give a little touch of a color or something theme you will use. But you see, it's very easy to do just with a little piece of wire, a little piece of ribbon, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it always gives already a different feeling. So I will do the rest of them and then I show you how they really are finished. So here you see how they are, at least for my taste, they are fine. I'll show you a little bit closer. You see, I just did 3 of them. So just to give it a little bit touch of the buffalo check. I really love how they both turned out. So now I will decorate it properly on my coffee table, and I show you that also, of course. So let's decorate. So you see, I have them right now on my kitchen counter. For the moment, I think, like I told you, I think I will do them on my saloon table or coffee table, just how you want to call it. But first, I have them over here, and I'm so happy how they turned out. I really hope you enjoyed seeing how I made my little topiaries, because this was my first time and I'm so happy how they turned out, and you see already how easy it was to make them. So I hope you did get a little inspired and just make some of your own, because it is so easy to do. So I really hope you enjoyed it.
It is a storage basket with this label upon it. Very simple, very clean, and as I can feel, it's also very old. I think it's made from twigs or something like that. But anyway, this thing, like this, it looks dramatically in my opinion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going outside and I'm going to give it a spray paint. It's going to be full black matte spray paint. I don't know if this label is am I able to get it off? Don't think so, no. Well, then I have to leave that, but then I'll on the back. So Then this will be the front side of the basket. And just using normal spray paint from a shop called Action here. It is similar to Dollar Tree in the United States, and that spray paint is about €3, I believe, for each can of spray paint. I'm going to do it outside. I'm not going to film there because, first of all, it's freaking hot outside in the Netherlands. There's a heat wave. I believe it's the longest one since ever recorded, since 1901. Crazy weather. I think I also need multiple layers of spray paint. Just we'll see how it looks, and I will be back with you when the spray paint job is finished. And I'm really curious about the result. I think this one needs more than 1 or 2 layers of spray paint, but we'll see how it turns out. Okay, here we are in the storage room. Here you see how my basket looks after, I think it was 3 layers of spray paint. It's just completely black, and the label in the back there I've also made black with this is the spray paint. The whole can is empty now, just matte black. And yeah, I think it looks pretty cute. What I want to do now is I want to make a nice, I think I will cover this part up with a cute sign. I'll try to see if I can fix something for this. I think this one has to dry a little bit more, just to be sure. And then we're going to glue the sign upon it. Right, now I want to make a sign. I have several of these wooden, what is it called? These are things to stir the paint. They're just from the convenience store. And they were longer, I think. I just cut them in half. This was the original size. Well, these two didn't belong together. But I wanted to make smaller ones. And I'm going to, I just cut them through the middle. And I'm going to use, I have several more of these by the way, an old piece of cardboard from an old package. And I'm just going to glue them up like so. A little bit like this. And I'm going to make a sign out of that. And then I want to add some stickers on the front with a nice word which I can use for this season. And then we have a really cute sign which we can attach on the ugly storage label of the painted basket. And here is the final sign, or not the final, the one completed with some cardboard on the back. You know, it's just from old dishwasher taps. And here's the logo from the convenience store. So I glued the bad part at the back of the sign. I think I just use my glue gun, or maybe you can use sticky pads, put them over here to attach the sign to the basket, which is still drying. I'm going to leave that for a really good dry because I don't want to fall any paint off. I had that several times with the same spray paint, another color with the same brand of the spray paint, that when I put it some glue or some sticky pads or anything else just to stick upon the paint, it came loose and the total paint where the sticky pad or the glue was covered fell off. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to make the sign first. Therefore I have these stickers which make the word fall. I'm just going to put them up here, and I think that would look really, really cute. In case you're wondering, Dyanne, why are you crafting in the kitchen in the living room area? It's simply too hot on this part of the day right now because the sun is on that part of the house, and I've also completely shut my curtains and everything to keep the heat out. So the kitchen is right now the best place for me. I forgot to mention in the previous video that I just used glue, just simple glue, to attach the wood to the cardboard. Nothing difficult actually. And I did that again in my storage room where I don't have enough space for my camera to stand. Well, here are the words fall. Or the letters fall, not the words. Right, just have to mention how I have to line this up, because I can get so cranky when things aren't in the right place. Now I've got shaky hands. So I think I need just to start with that. And then, yeah, maybe a little bit more to this side. I think now we're there. Good. Moment of truth. Just removing the back of the sticker. These come from the same convenience store, by the way, as the wood. And I cut my nails, so these are very hard to get off right now. Right, I want to decorate the basket as the following. I have this twine rope and I want to wrap it around the handles here. I think that would be really cute and give it a nice farmhouse look. The grips are done. It was very easy. I didn't want to put it on camera because it took me so long to do this. 30 minutes for each grip. What I did, I just started here with a knot and then wrapped around till the end. Another knot, or double knot actually, the same as here. And I tucked the back part, I tucked it in between the reed and the basket. And I did the same thing here to the other part. And now it has a really nice and soft grip. This is sharp, it has sharp edges like this one here before, and you can really hurt yourself taking it off. Because now it is better. I realized myself, I have my sign behind here, that this color, I didn't like it together. So what I wanted to do, I just want to cover this part up in beeswax, just with a little bit of beeswax and a brush. Just brush it out, or an old towel, you can always use an old towel. I'll let it dry, which I'm going to do right now. Right, the handles are done, the full sign here is dry. Now I want to attach it to this label here upon the basket. What I'm going to do, will be using some simple contact glue. Glue this whole part here at the back and then also the label. Let it dry for 30 seconds. That's what the package says. Wait, first I need some kitchen towel. Back with kitchen towel because I have to wipe the glue off the tube here. What's this called? Ooh, an air bulb. Ooh, it's just coming out already. Right, just use a lot of this stuff. I think this will do. Here at the back. Alright, now we have a string of glue attached, so I'm just doing like so. And I think this stuff here needs quite a lot of glue. Not too much because it starts dripping down. This is fabric and I hope give it a good wipe. Yeah, it's clean. Just put the cap on. Right. Yeah, no, won't start dripping that much. Okay, there we go. Now just press it and hold it like that for a while. I hope this is gonna work. Maybe I should just turn it around like that. And now press real hard. I think just will be standing here for quite a few minutes. I'm going to put something heavy upon it to attach it together. To finish it off, you can see it already here, I want to have a bow on each grip. Therefore I have this beautiful ribbon. This is a piece of ribbon of 80 centimeters. It is a bit large, but that works the best for me. I'm just going to make a really cute, simple ribbon around the handles. Here, almost as large. See if the loops are as big. No, this one needs to be a little bit larger. Now they are as big as each other. I'm going to cut these parts here off by folding them together. And I cut it like so. But I left my scissor in the kitchen. Cutting part is done. This is the end of the bow with just a tiny gap out of it. Now I just want to let it dry, and when the glue is completely dry, I can stuff this thing with pillows and a plaid or fleece blanket, whatever you want to call it, because this thing will be my storage room for the autumn season or for the fall season. With some warm cozy blankets and a nice pillow you can tuck yourself in at the couch while watching your favorite series on Netflix, for example. Right, now it's time to finish off the whole basket. I have, or actually Janny has, bought herself some beautiful pillow covers from AliExpress. I'm going to put these in together with a really cute fleece blanket, which I already got for 1 year because I bought it for the last autumn season. But I still love the color and I think it looks beautiful in the autumn decor. And here you see the final result. I made a roll out of the fleece blanket. And two beautiful pillows in there, and here on the bottom is a fall sign. And I think this would look really cute beside my couch.
Here you see what I will use for this DIY. Of course, a couple of painter sticks I will use, but a lot of people use the popsicle sticks. And of course we don't have the big popsicle sticks here in the Netherlands, at least not that I know of. So I got a couple of pieces I still had laying in my stash from a last DIY. So I will use 9 of these little ones. I use 8 of these bigger pieces, and of course some paint, some furniture wax, a little towel, an old towel for to paintbrush in a moment, and of course some paint and some brushes, and of course some glue and some twine and some gloves if I need them. I don't know if I really need them, but first we are going to do just take 8 of the painter sticks, but I want to have them on each other, and of course you can do glue in here, but that doesn't work because they don't glue that great. So first I will turn them around, and of course you see here it's very easy, you just can see it on the and now I will make sure that I have the underside in one line, because that is my focal point, is the underside. So I will have them over here, and of course you can also take off the stickers, but if you take off this sticker it stucks a little. The glue is very sticky on your hand. So for this part normally I will use I keep them I will take them off, but for this time I will leave them on. But now I will do 2 pieces I got already, which are fitting over this piece one. So I will use some glue, but you see it's so easy. Now I have to fit them over here, and I have to make sure that they are in one piece, and of course I will glue this one so they can dry already. I think I will do them over here, because I am later on I'm sitting with the head, so I think I will do it over here. And I have to let them dry for a little moment to make sure that they are stick together. So I will wait for that first, and then we go further. So now this part is drying, so the face of the scarecrow is drying right now. First, now I'm going to do his head, of course, and also his head. I will have the sides above, I want to have them equally, you see here, like this. And I have not 8 pieces, but I have 9 pieces, because the head will come on a little bit, not totally straight, but a little bit, here in the Netherlands we call it scheef, een klein beetje scheef. So that's why I have a little wood piece more. But now I'm going to turn them around, because also this one has a back side. Because you see here I will glue one piece of this wood also at the back side of this of the head, and of course I see I need a little piece more off because he's a little bit outside. I hope I can do it with this cutter. He's not really for wood, but we will make it. So now we are going to glue this one also. Of course you can use any glue you want. The only bad thing about this glue is it needs to dry a while. And of course I do the wood piece a little bit on top, because on the underside I want to have hair, so, or else it will be getting in the way. So now we are letting him dry for a while, so the head will be finished also. So now the head is also drying, but because I have to wait, my idea is, I don't know totally if it will work or not. I got pieces from some jute twine, so I did some pieces for his hair, a couple of longer pieces for the sides. I will glue them a little bit sideways, maybe is that the word, sideways, and of course a little bit over here, and then I will use some glue and I will make some hair over here. So when you are turning it around, and you just can glue it on top of your scarecrow. So I don't know if it will work, but we will see. So first we're going to glue this one at the back of my scarecrow, and of course if you don't like this, just skip forward. I'm just doing some glue around here, and of course some over here. Now I have to be careful that my wood is not going apart. I see, because it's not totally dry. So now I will lay them beside each other, it's not over each other, but beside each other. Then I have 3 pieces first. I have 8 pieces for, so I will lay them beside. The only bad thing is that the twine is in around, so also you have of course you have immediately curls for your scarecrow, but it is not very great to glue them. So, but we will work with it. Just try to get it next to each other. And not on top of each other like I have here. It's a little bit of a messy. Of course, another one. So like I said, I have 8 pieces on one side, and I cut them a little bit longer. And I have them a little bit sideways, so when he falls a little bit at the side of your scarecrow, or else he will be hanging in his face. And I don't know if it will be a girl or a boy, I don't know yet. But then it is a scarecrow with long hair. It doesn't matter. And in these days, everything is possible. So you see, I'm sorry if I don't talk the whole time, because I am trying to get the curls in place. So also 8 of them over here. And of course you can do it any way you want. If you have an easier way, just do it the way you think it's right. This is just an idea. You don't have to do anything I do. I just hope you just get a little bit inspired. we do a little bit of the glue on top, just to get them a little bit at the same place. So now we are going to get the little pieces. That will be a more of a task because this is very curly. So I will do this out of camera. I just show you this way that you can see what I mean, but it takes a little bit longer than I thought. So I will do that out of camera so I don't bore you. So you see they are dried right now, and you see here this is already the, yeah, it doesn't look like a head right now, but I hope he will when he's on my scarecrow. Of course he will also, we will have one over here, and then he will be a little bit sideways on my scarecrow. But first I'm going to paint them. So I will paint this first in the black color, then a little bit dry brushing in the brown color, and of course this one also, and then after that I will glue him on top of my head. So but first we are going to take some paint. First we are going to use some black color. And of course I have my old towel I will use for my dry brushing. So you see I am turning him around and I'm laying him for a while just on top of here, so I can dry brush it a little bit more easier. I hope you can see it on camera. You see, just do some paint on it and then afterwards just go, because I still want to give it a little bit of the wood look. Just I always paint myself with it, but I think a lot of you will have that. And of course the underside you don't see that after when I am. Now I'm doing the sideways because I want them have the also the coloring. And of course a little bit of the top. I hope you still can see what I'm doing. And of course the sideways of this one. I hope I don't. So you see it just gives a little bit of an old look. So now of course we are going to do a little bit of the brown color. I'm always just mixing something. It's no rhyme or reason. I just always do something and I'm always hoping that it will turn out great. And that's not always the case. And of course again just give it And now you get a little bit of a mixture between the brown and of course the black one. But still see that it is a wood piece, and I like that. So it's very easy, just a dry brush. So this one will dry right now, and now we are going to do the top piece. Of course, first a little bit of the black color, and I'm taking one painter sticks. I don't cut a piece of it because I think I like it a little bit bigger. So you see here just a little bit always. Don't forget the sideways, because the back side is not that important, because I use it on my front door in my wreath, this scarecrow. I think I didn't tell you that yet. I will use it as a piece for in my wreath on my front door for the fall. So you see, now always a little bit of the brown touch. So you see how easy it is. Everyone can do it. If I can do it, just a little bit the sides, and it still gets a little. You see here, he is fitting with here, and you see here it gives a really old look, and that's what I'm going for. But if you like to paint it more in the other color, it's fine too. I will let him dry for a while. So, and first what we're going to do, I'm going to wash my hand, or else it will be very messy here. Now I will get my scarecrow, and you will see he is dried right now, and now I will wax him with some furniture wax, and then I will put my head on his face. So, but first I'm going to wash my hands. So that's always the great thing about about making a video. If I go say wash my hands, I'm always back in a second. So you see here, I'm going to take this piece and of course my furniture wax, but it doesn't matter what wax you use. You can also paint it, of course, but I like a little bit more of the color. So now I will show you a little piece what I will do, but I won't bore you with a lot of waxing. You see here now he can dry also, and don't forget also here the sides. And you see here he's fitting totally here with his head. So I will wax this right now, but I will do the rest out of camera, or else you will be very bored. So you see here he is totally waxed right now, and I think he looks so nice. It just gives me the old feeling. So now we let him dry too, and then we will going to glue his head on his face, and then we are going to decorate him and make him look like a real scarecrow. So you see here, this is all dried up right now, and of course my head, and of course a little piece of his hair. And now I'm going to try to get them glued on here. And you see already, I hope you can see it, how he is looking already a little bit like a scarecrow. You see, when everything comes together, it looks so nice. So first I'm going to glue this one on top of his head. Ready? He's not. I can try to. I want a little bit more glue because I want that he is sticking. And now I'm doing something wrong. That's something when you are so curious how it looked like, because you see here I have to have a little piece is coming outside and I still did glue on it, so I am going to wipe a little bit of the glue off. And of course on this side, or else I have it everywhere. So you see, now I'm going to glue this one on top of this. And also let this dry. And now I'm going to decide in a moment where I will have my where I want to have his head. So, but first we are going to let it dry. You see here how easy it is. You just see it's only 9 painter sticks, just 2 back pieces, and of course here some 10 little pieces, and of course you see here a little twine and some paint, and you already have the base of your scarecrow. You see how easy it is. So now I'm going to try to get where I want him. I think a little bit, but I'm not really sure if I want to have him over here. But first I'm going to let this dry. So now you see already, this is the base of my scarecrow, and how easy it is. You just see it at the back side, just some painter sticks we only used and some pieces of twine, and this is already the base for your scarecrow. So he is very easy to make. And of course now we are going to try to give it a face, but I am not really good in drawing eyes, noses and that kind of stuff. So I am taking a print. I printed out from Google, and I will cut them out and I will Mod Podge them on here, because if I do it with paint or something else, I'm so scared that I am destroying it. And of course, because it's wood, you never get the paint really good off. So I am not taking any risk, and I'm just using the eyes for here, and of course the nose and the mouth I will draw. But first we are going to cut them out. I think I need the little eyes. Of course, if you don't like to see this, just skip forward. I always do a little bit wider, and later on I will cut it a little bit again, so I not but I think this is taking a little bit too long for you, so I do this out of camera. So you see, I have my eyes, and now I will Mod Podge them on my scarecrow. At least if my brush is working with me. So I want the eyes to go this way. And I wanted this eye to go the other way. So now I'm doing a little bit Mod Podge over the eyes, but I am taking care that I don't come too much on the wood, because I don't like that, because then the wood will go shine, and I will still want to keep it a little bit of the wood color. So now we are going to take the nose, and of course I'm doing this also with an orange, I don't know if it is a square, is here in the Netherlands we call it a vierkantje, but this is a driehoek, like we call it here. I don't know how you call it in English, if I am honest, I really don't know, but here in the Netherlands we call it driehoekje. But I think he's a little bit too big. I think I do a little bit. I think this will be, and then the mouth this way. I think this can work maybe, and still a little less. So I also Mod Podge this one. You see, just a simple print, and of course you can also draw it. If you are really good in drawing, then do it with your hand, but I'm not really. So now also only on the orange, at least I'm going to try. But you still see how easy it is. So now we are going to draw the mouth. So I'm so sorry, I thought my camera was on when I did the mouth, but you see, I just did with some text marker, I just draw one line and just a couple of other lines and just a little bit for his cheeks. So, and of course I did a little black line around the nose, because I think that's a little bit more coming to life. So you see, now I am going to place some leaves on his head. Of course, a little black one and a little orange one. So I will glue this one also on his head. First we do the black one. You see, just with some simple touches, and probably you all have something in your stash, so you don't have to buy for it. Now it just have to stuck a little bit, because these leaves I just spray painted them black for another project, and I had something over, so I am using that, because then everything is fitting together. So now this one is coming over this one, at least a little piece, not everything, but for a little piece. And I think he already looks so cute. And still so simple with so less on supplies you need, and everyone can make it. And now I'm going to try, because I have the buffalo check in my decor. Now I'm going to get a little touch of the buffalo check, but I don't want to have a square, so I'm going to try, at least if my scissors are working with me. I don't think this one will work with me. I hope this one will. I will have a round. At least I will try to make a round. Just to give it a little round over here, but you see already this is still not a round. At least not the round that I'm looking for. But I think you already get the picture where I'm going for. Now we are going to, you see, always look first before you stuck it on your scarecrow, because or else you don't get it off. I don't know if I really like it or not. I really don't know if I like it. I think it needs a little bit more round, because now it's a little bit more square. Just a little touch of the buffalo check. And of course he looks wet right now, but of course he will dry. So I will, you see already. And now maybe for someone else he is already finished, but sometimes I think a little piece under here, or something twine under it. Of course you can also do some twine to give it a little bit more of the rustic look. But first I'm going to do a little piece over here. Just glue this together and then maybe some twine over it. But first I'm going to glue this together under, and then I show you how he looks like. So you see, I just lay my scarecrow on my Mod Podge, so he's a little bit out of, yeah, in ieder geval for me a little bit higher, let's say it this way, a little bit higher. And now I'm going to, because I did the ribbon over here, I'm making, at least I'm going to look if it looks like right. I just took a piece of ribbon, I just folded it together, and now I'm going to try if I like it to give it a little bit of yeah, bow tie. But I'm going to look if I am liking that or not. So I am going to glue this one together. So it is very simple, because I'm not a bow maker. So I'm going to try to give it a little simple bow tie. But I don't know if it will work, because it's the first one I will make. So but the ribbon, you see already, the ribbon is, the black of the ribbon is coming off. That's not really a great thing. And now I'm going to try to get it a little bit in the middle. And maybe he will stick already with the glue what's on his back, because I don't want to use too much glue, because or else the glue will come through. but maybe I am lucky that he will stick this way. But what do you think? Do you think it's better with the bow tie or so? I like it, but of course everyone is free to do whatever they want. And of course I did already on the back side, I did 3 ropes for making that I can hang in my wreath, but I have also a fall tree, and I thought he also would look great on my fall tree, so I don't know yet where he will come, but I think he turned out so cute, especially when he has little curls. So for me, I think he is finished. Of course I do some lyrics over here, of text, just how you call it. So I will write here happy fall you all, but I'm going to do that first with some pencil, and later I will do it with some bigger marker, because or else I am afraid that I will ruin it. And of course, but you are also free to do so. If you don't like the text on it, just don't do it. But you see how easy, and with so little supplies you are making a very easy and cute scarecrow. And of course you can, I thought later you also can take some leaves out of your garden. You don't have to buy leaves, you also can take them out of your garden and just glue them on. So you see, it almost costs you nothing. So I will show you in a moment how he really turned out, if he's on my wreath or in my fall tree, because I'm still making my fall tree, so I will hang him, and then I'll show you how he can look like in a fall tree. But we will see. So you see, my scarecrow is not outside in my wreath. I liked him so much so that I have him in my fall tree. I just did some pics in my fall tree, but because I still have to decorate it for the fall season. But this way you can see a little bit how he will look like in my fall tree. Of course, in my fall tree I also have my ladder, who I painted it black, and of course you see already I have some coloring already in it and some buffalo check, but of course I still have to decorate it. But I love how cute he looks in my fall tree. So you see how easy it is just to make your own little scarecrow. So I'm so happy how he turned out.
Here I have the items for this DIY. The toilet paper, just normal toilet paper. I have a ribbon here from AliExpress, just black with a check, and I have a pillow cover. This one is from IKEA. It costed us only €3. We still had this at home, so we didn't actually went buying stuff. This one was bought from AliExpress, and yeah, I think that was during Corona actually, or when it started here in the Netherlands. And I also needed to make a stick out of the pumpkin, and therefore I just have some simple wooden sticks which I found outside near my home. I'm not going to put this on the table ready yet. And my idea is to wrap actually the toilet paper inside of the cloth of the pillow cover, yeah, and then put the stick in it like this, and leave actually on top here to finish everything off. Maybe I can do something fun with the ribbon on top or around it. I don't know yet how it's going to look. I don't know how this kind of fabric falls around the toilet paper, so I just had to find out. Actually, what I want to do, take this stuff off. This is 100% cotton actually. That's what it says here. Take this thing off. What I want to do, this is the actual size. Pretty big for just one piece of toilet paper. I hope I can cut. Take away the. Anyway, I don't know the translated word. I can make 2 pieces of fabric out of these by removing the wires here, the threads, actually. There is one piece with a zipper. I think that goes inside first. So you don't see that side here, it is covered up. And hopefully then I can get 2 beautiful pumpkins out of this piece of cloth. Okay, I'm going to turn this thing inside out, and then with this tool, if you can see it, I tried to remove the threads. Right, it's I think about half an hour later right now. I hope you can see, by the way, can you? The whole piece of cloth is now actually one piece. I only have to cut it in half here. I think I use a regular pair of scissors for that. Let me see if I get a bigger one. This one's a bit too small for cutting through. Right, pair of scissors number 3. I hope these ones are, yeah, these are a bit sharper than the red ones. Now we have 2 pieces in this size. Now we can start wrapping up the toilet paper. Okay, time to cover the toilet paper in the pillow cover. I'm not tucking it in all that deep because I want to make it a little bit poofy. Just have to see how this turns out. Don't know how this is going to be. Try my best making it look a bit natural, but I think that is quite difficult with this fabric. Tuck it in a bit like so. Does that help? Yeah, it helps a little bit. Now here we have the hardest part because the zipper is still in this corner. I think I can best wrap it around or so. And then I just, no, that is too little of, oh, oops. Too little fabric left. Well, you can definitely better use something without a zipper, that's for sure. I have to tuck this part in pretty hard. Arrange it a bit more like so. Yeah, I think this, you can't see it properly on camera, I suppose. This is how it looks from the top. It's pretty dark to see on camera. Hope you can see it still. Looks quite poofy. If you take some thicker, bigger cloth, then it looks, or then it's easier to make it a bit more poofy, because then you don't see the silhouette of the fabric of the toilet paper anymore. So just going to do the other one, and then I think I'm going to use some glue, put a stick in there. Here they are together. This one was a bit better to do than the one I did at first, because this one didn't have the zipper, or actually less piece of zipper upon the cloth. Only this corner is a bit difficult to make it more round. It's a bit sharp looking, but okay. No, I can't make it better than this. Going to warm up my glue gun. That's outside of the camera there. And I'm going to get my sticks and then see how far we can get. I measured if the stick is right. This one is good. If you put it in like so, then it looks like a normal sized pumpkin. I have to cut these in 2 pieces. I'm going to do it outside because inside it gives quite a mess. And yeah, then I'll be back. Here they all are, all they're in the same size. This one has a clean cut. This one here I just found this way, so I'll leave it that way. Let me see what I think looks the most beautiful. I think this one is better, or I like better than anyway this one. Oh, bit of wood falling out there. Or is it this one that looks better? Yeah, this is also cute. I think they're both cute actually. Leave it, yeah, I'll leave it this way. Getting the excess pieces of wood off. Just clean up the table. These ones don't need glue actually, but I want to glue some artificial leaves on top of them, so it just looks like a real pumpkin. Hey, it's the next day. I had guests coming over, so I had to stop, or actually Janny was coming here for a cup of tea, so I had to stop decorating for the day. It's a new day right now. I looked at my pumpkins this morning and I thought, I think they're just a bit too big, a bit too poofy. I can't get rid of these square pieces of fabric that I can't tuck them in. Janny said, why don't you cut the pillow covers again? I think I'm going to do that. Oh, that branch gave quite a mess. And she said also squeeze the bottom of the toilet paper a bit like this, so the pumpkin gets a bit more round, and here a little bit as well, but this is the important one. Where are my scissors? Here. And I think I'm just going to get rid of this part of fabric. It's also the part where the zipper is still in. And yeah, I noticed yesterday I can't tuck the fabric in properly. Well, the zipper is still on there, so let's get rid of that one. Just like so. I think over here, getting some more is okay as well. Just a bit too big for this size of the toilet paper. I think this will do better. Now, get in there. And Janny just twisted everything in her, so she said try that. And tuck it in. Now this goes much better than it went yesterday. Now there's only a point here. Yeah, just had too much fabric for my pumpkin. Just like so. I'm going to grab the stick and then put it in just like that. Now here there's number 2. I think I'm going to tuck it in a bit too hard. Just a little bit more poofiness is okay, but not too much. It was also really too big where I wanted it to stand. Well, this is a bit tucked in more. That one is a bit more loose, but that's okay. Get rid of that stuff. What I want to do now, I think I want to add a ribbon. On top of here. I already have some ribbon here and also cut something. Just a small piece with a little clip out of here. Just put them in 2. And now I want to tuck it in with the fabric, and I think therefore I'll just need some iron wire. This will do. Clip it off like that. Now fold it in the middle, then put this here. Now squeeze it a bit so it gets a bit messy here in the center. That is okay. Twist the ends around each other so you get one string of iron wire, or one piece actually. Oh, this is a bit too large. Let me see if this is big enough. No, just fold it around once more. Now, just like so, I have a really cute piece. Now you can simply tuck it in here. And I think that looks really cute. Just gives a bit out of a farmhouse look. And here I just made another one. Tuck it in like so. Aren't they cute together? Alright, almost done. Now to finish everything off, I want to add some leaves. Here I have some leaves. There is one still attached to plastic and the other 4 aren't. I think I'm going to find out if I can use... actually I want to do it without glue, because I think that won't stick to this fabric. Let me see. How does this look? Just tuck it in, and if it's not okay, then pull it out again. Or is the branch a bit too thick to put everything underneath here? Yeah, I think it is. Oh no, it's stuck. Okay, but not deep enough. Let's see if I can press it a bit down with the iron wire. Yeah, just like that. Well, this is cute, but I'm missing something, and that is a bit of green. I think I'm going to... Oh. Just like that. It just stays in place because these are tucked in really, really well. That's number 1. Now it's time for number 2. I hope I have an idea. Making another string out of iron wire. I hope I can pierce this through the fabric of the... Yeah, just like so. Oh, sorry, you can't see it properly. Just like here, and I hope I can stick my arm. Yeah, just like that. Now I want a red one. Just place it as much to the center as possible. Here's number 2. Now another green one on top. Just like so. That goes really easy. Now let me find the center of this thing. Nope. Oh, this part. Oh. Stay in place, you. Maybe make a bit more of a big loop, not tuck it in so properly well. So there's still a bit space to move around when I want to rearrange. I still have some space to move. Alright, almost done. Oh, should fold it in a bit more like so. A bit more here, I think. Well, a bit more throughout the ribbon. Here we are. 2 really cute pumpkins, some cute DIYs made out of toilet paper and some fabric of an old pillow cover. And here you see an idea or some inspiration what you can do with those pumpkins. I think this centerpiece is so cute upon the dining table. I just put some artificial leaves and some, I think the right translation of this plant is rabbit's ear or lamb's ear, around a wooden plaque, and just got some 2 cute ceramic animals. And that was it actually.
So you see, what I will make is two signs with the wood look. So I have some wooden painter sticks. Here in the Netherlands we call it schilderstokjes of verfstokjes. And of course I buy them with most in package of 10. You see here I have 3 of them. I think there are 3 in them, and they are, I can show you, 24 by 30. They are just for painting a picture, so I will use them as underground, and of course some glue, because first I want to glue my wooden sticks on this canvas, because then it can dry, and then I can make my picture on my Magic on my computer, and I show you then how I make my picture and what picture I will make. I will make 2 signs, so I'm really looking forward to make signs again. I'm always loving making signs and making on my Magic, making my own pictures. So, but first, what we will do, we will go do is glue the sticks on my. We're going to use 2 of them, and of course I always love making signs. I always think it's so nice to get your own way and your own. Oh, they are separate, I think. Oh, this one is still in his package. So you see, it's very thin boards. It's not really the normal canvases are very at least thicker. I have them also, but I always think for underground, I think this one are better. I don't know why my why my cutting board is totally round. I really have no idea why he's doing that. And you see here, I think a lot of you use popsicle sticks instead of painter sticks. Here in the Netherlands we don't have the big popsicle sticks. I don't know, we don't even have the smaller ones. Most of the time I try to get the stickers off, but usually you see here they don't work, and I don't see them anymore because they will be under here. You see here, this is what I will going to do. I will paint them this way on my canvas, but I won't bore you with that. So you see a little bit what I mean. So I will, oh, here's a little blue one. And of course you see here, I will have to look for if I am completely, I think I need one more, just to do it a little bit outside. And you see already, now you have already a little of the base of your wooden sign. So I will glue this together, and then I will show you how it looks like, because or else it will take so much of your time. So I will glue this first. So you see here I have now 2 wooden panels, and of course you see here this is the background, and of course I hope I just saw it. I just showed it to you. I'm just letting it dry right now, and now we are going to my computer and we are going to make 2 signs, at least 2 signs. I will make with pictures from out of Google. I always go first to my Google. I Google in what I need before for example a farmhouse or farmhouse decor, farmhouse pumpkin. It doesn't matter what you want, and just I'm going to make my, if I find a little picture, I just made it transparent, dus I use that you can use it in your magics. And if I have everything in my magics, then I will make a sign in my magic, so you get always a unique piece for your own. And that's why I always love it so much, because here in the Netherlands we don't get a lot of beautiful signs for the fall, for the Christmas. The Christmas is getting better. The last year and the year before we had quite a couple of nice signs, but not as much as you have, and especially not the little box signs, if you call it. I wish we had more of that over here, but it is coming. But for the fall season we don't have that really great signs. So I love to make my own signs. So I will show you now on my computer which signs it will be for on my wooden panel, because I know you know how to make a wooden panel. I just showed it to you, but I know you can make it. So I'm sorry if I don't want to offend you if you don't know how to make a wooden panel. So this, I have 2 of them, and of course if I have my picture on it, then I will afterward I also will wax my wooden panel, because I think for my taste it's a little bit too light. And of course you can whitewash it, and of course gray, you can do anything you want. I don't know, I think I'd go for the wax color, but we will see. But first on my computer. So these are the prints I made. You just saw me make my own unique print. So this is such a fun yes, system. I don't know how you call it in English. Something you do on your computer. It's not a game, but I don't really know how you really call it in English. But magic, it calls Magic Deluxe. I don't have nothing with magic, so I don't get get paid or something. But I only tell you this because I would like, if you like, also like me, to decorate and to make your own prints, then I highly recommend that if you are in the position to buy a Magic Deluxe. It is in a lot of countries, but you can make, like you saw, you can make so much. It's really I think it's endless how much you can make for your signs. So I will cut them out first, and then I will show you how they are looking like on my wooden then you see here they are dried right now. You see here, this is very easy now. It's a nice underground for my, you see here, I will cut them out, and then I will Mod Podge it on my wooden board, and then afterwards we will go color this sides, or the wood sides. And of course, like I said earlier, you can do it in any color you want. You can do it in the gray tones, in the I think I do it in the neutral tones, a little bit of the antique wax. So, but we will see. But first I will cut them out and Mod Podge them on my board. So you see, I cut them out right now, but now I did with some pencil. I measured it out a little bit where I wanted to have, so I can Mod Podge it on the wood and not on the paper side, because now then I can move my picture better. So I will Mod Podge this first, and of course I did a little bit more of a bigger brush, because then it doesn't dry that much. Because the wood is taking a lot of the Mod Podge. I'm trying to get a little bit inside of the lines, at least not too much out of it. It looks really, really strange right now. It looks like a big mess, but at the end I hope it will look nice. So of course what I see right now is just a little hair of my brush, and I don't want that under my print. So that's always the thing about brushes. Now I will put them inside of my little and I hope this way that I get a little bit less wrinkles, but of course you don't know. With Mod Podge it's always a task to get it under here and to get it free of the bubbles. So I'm going to do, and to try to give it also the structure of the wood. So I'm just squeezing it a little bit more in. And sometimes I think it's better just to let it dry first and do then the second coat. I tried everything, but one way or the other, some kind of things on plastic, Mod Podge is working just fine. And with some things it just wrinkles so much and you really don't know why. So you see here, looking so nice. That's really strange to say about your own craft. But I think he turns out nice. So I do the second coat at the same time, and I'm hoping for the best, that it won't be so much wrinkles. So we are going to let it dry, and I'm going to do the second one, and I'll show you when they are finished. So you see here they still need to dry, but now you see already how they are looking like. I am so happy that he is not totally wrinkled up. Totally wrinkled up. He is almost wrinkle free. So we are hoping for the best that this one will dry also. And afterwards I will come back and do some antique wax on this one. And then my sign will be finished. So for the most part they are dried up right now. So I will do some antique wax on it. And then you will see how much he will change, even when some simple wax on it. But you see already, I always say for me he's coming more to life again. But I will have to make sure that I don't are coming on my sign. And of course I will take also the sides with me because they are still white under it and I really don't like that. So I also take the sides. So it will be a little bit messy because but even the sides I think should be in order to finish off your sign. And I think maybe I do this sides twice because I will get them totally under it. But you see already how he just changed. You see here this part and that part. It's just, I like it so much better when he is darker of color. So I will finish this one off and then I show you the end result, how they look like with the wax on it. So I just came on back to you just because to show you how changed your piece will be if you have one without the wax and one with the wax. I think he looks so much better with the antique wax on it. So I will do the next one, but I just wanted to show you how some sign is changing up when you just do some wax on it. So I will be back in a moment. So here you see my first sign. I have him here in my kitchen, and of course with my little glass dome with some cakes on it, and of course my little display. I go a little bit backwards with a little big pumpkin in the darker orange color, and of course some chicken, some rooster inside of my glass dome also here. And of course I decorated with some greenery and some rose bottles that gives just such a nice fall feeling. I will give you a little overview right now. So here it is, my first sign I have here. Now we go to my second one. So here you see my second sign. I have him here in my little coffee corner. I don't have a big coffee corners like some people have. I just have a little space, but I love to decorate with a little couple of touches of fall. You see here another pumpkin. I bought a couple of them. Of course some little birds, some little branch with some pumpkins, and of course some yellow and a little bit of the bright orange color on it. And of course here you see my coffee station, but the most important thing is my cute sign. I love so much how he looks like right now. So I'm very happy how both of my signs turned out. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how I made my sign and how easy it is to make a sign of your own. So I'm so happy how they look like. So for this DIY I will use a little tray I bought a while ago here in the Action. Of course he was only I think around the euro, so a little bit similar like $1. This one I found in a thrift store and he was only €2.50. It's a little bit of a farm. I think it did me think like a little farm. So of course I will do some light in it, and of course I will change up the color. And of course I have some wooden sticks I will use because I think I wanted to change the roof a little bit of this farm, so it gives a little bit more of a farmhouse idea. And of course I will not paint this one. I think I will do this one in a little bit of a dark brown wax. So, and this of course you won't. I don't like this one. At least this stamp, if you call it this way, or figure. I don't like this but you won't see that anymore when I am decorated. It will be a very simple little display, and with greenery and wood, and of course some little farmhouse with some lights in it. So first we are going to spray paint our little farm. So before I go spray paint, I found this little bag. Of course I used in an earlier DIY with some animals. Maybe I can use this one also in my little display. And of course I paint them also, and I have a little fence over here. Maybe I can do something with this also, so it will be a real little farm. So you see the first coat of paint is on the fence and on the little farm and on some roosters. So now I already spray painted, like you saw, on my little farm, and of course I will do the little tray. I think I call it a little tray with some, here in the Netherlands we call it bijenwas. So you learn also a little bit of Dutch. So I don't know how you call it in English. I think it's in French, it's also on the little jar, but I don't know if in English. I don't think so. So I will make my little tray a little bit rustic, but I will show you that not completely, because I think you will be very bored. But you see here a little bit already what I mean. And of course I will take care that this is not shown when I have my display, but I show you when my little tray is done. So now you see he's already done for the first coat. I think he turns out already quite rustic. I'm very happy with the result. So I will do a second coat and then I will show you again. So before I totally did forget, on my little farm, I always, because I want them a little bit higher in my tray, so I always do a couple of this. You also can place them under your chair so they won't scratch your floor. But also I do 3 of them on top of each other, so my little farm will come out a little higher. Of course you can also use knobs, but I will use this as a knob, and I will paint it also in the black color, so you won't see it that good in your little display. But I did forget it, so now I will put them on and do the second coat of my spray paint under it. So you see already everything on my table what I will use for this little display. So I'm just going to work, and I'm just let the video run, and you will show how easy it is just to make a little easy vignette. See here, this is how I waxed him for 2 times, so he is a little bit of the dark color. And of course here you see my little farm, how he really turned out. And my idea is, I hope I have enough wood, because here we can't find them anymore. I hope I can just make a little roof from this wood, so we will try that first. So I will put this one aside, and then I will go see if we have wood enough. I don't know if we will. So you just measure this out. I can do it in this way. You just measure it out and just make with a pencil a little mark, so you know which way you can cut it. And now I hope I can make so much that I can do it with wood, but I will measure everything out, and then I will show you how it look like. So I have my wooden roof on, but it was a task. I thought that it would be easier than it was. So it has to dry right now, and then I will finish it off with some wax. I wanted to give it a little bit of the old feeling, so it is an old little farm. So, but I don't know if I really succeed, but we will see when the wax is on and when he is totally ready. But first he has to dry. So this is how he looks like with some wax on it. I think he turned out quite nice. So I love him a little bit more because he has now, I still need to finish off here the wax, of course. But I think he turned out very cute. Now we're going to make my little display. Of course I will use my little wooden tray, of course. Then I will first, of course, I will do some lights in it. I have some little lights from the IKEA ideas, and I think they did go in a package of 4, I think, and they are on timer. I don't know if I doing this kind because they are on timer. Most of the time I do a couple of pieces in it because to give it a little bit more of the light, but maybe I do a string of lights. I will show you that also, at least when I get the lights the lights out again. That's one. You see here I have a string of lights, but this is very bright, so of course I will try to squeeze them a little bit inside, that they are going a little bit their own way. But I think the lights are a little bit too bright. I will put it on for you. You see? But I also will put in some greenery, and I use this kind of greenery this time. So you see here I have one string of them, and of course it is a big bundle, and I think they were 12 euros here in the Netherlands. So of course I will do one of them in here. I will cut this one out. It looks a little bit strange right now because when you see this you think, what is this? But it will come out right. And now you have not, because or else you most of the time you look inside of your little barn, you see all the strings of lights and you see the inside of your farm, and I don't want it. So that's why I am doing this way. And of course you can do your battery also in here. Just make a little, and you just do a little piece here, and now you see, of course you have to work a little bit with it. What you see here is just a little farmhouse. And of course I had my fence. I also painted this one. It's just a children's play fence from with some farm animals. So I just put it over here. I don't use 4 of them because I still have the 4th one, but then you will have it close by here, and that's not really what I like because it's a very small den. So I do this open, just 3 parts of it, and you just already see it's just already a little centerpiece. And of course I will do some greenery around it. Most of the time I just cut out this little piece until the branch is starting, because or else you will see in your display always see a little part of this, and that's not really what I want. I don't know if I want it on the inside of the fence. That's also a possibility, of course. It is a little bit squeezed, but when it's finished it will look very nice, trust me. But I'm also doing something I really sometimes I have no idea. think I cut out a little piece because it's a little bit too big. And I want it on the floor, my fence. I don't want it in the air. I just want it over here and one over here. So for now, I think I need to use some sticky gum to keep it in place. You see, I always use a little sticky gum, so I will do this on the front side of the fence because I want it to be on the floor and not somewhere in the air. And of course I want this one also on the floor. So you see, now he will stick where I want him. Now I have two little roosters, and of course when I do them in front of here, they are very low, so I will do little pieces of filled under it, so they will get a little bit higher. And of course I should have done this before I painted them black, but you won't see that anymore. Of course I will use some sticky gum also to keep them in place. I hope they will stand upright. You see, this kind of filled for your chairs are also always very handy for your crafts. Most of the time I use a couple of them, most of the time 4, to give them the great height that I need. And like you know, I also did it on my farm. So now I will put him also in front of here. So now we're going to lay down a couple of green pieces of the, you just squeeze it out. You see here, you just pull it out and you just tuck it in so it won't get too high. And of course I have also one IKEA little plant, and I think I will take this one apart and use the couple of the branches from this piece just to put it in over here because I like it now. I hope he will get out right. Yes, he will. You see, they are so easy from IKEA. So I just got a couple of them. They were only $2.99. And if you keep them, you can use them time and time again. And of course you can use lamb's ear, you can use anything you want. And of course I will cut a couple of the smaller ones. So I will cut them all. So I will get to the smaller pieces. So you just squeeze. I hope I have you on camera but I show you now already a little bit how he looks like. I hope I don't have you too high. So you see, it's so simple. Of course, you can do it in any color you want, and it's just a little tray for less than €1. Of course, dollar is the same. A little old fence of the children's toys, and of course this is also from the children's toys. 2 little roosters, and you paint them, and you have just a little centerpiece for almost nothing. And this one from the thrift store, like I said. So you see, it's very easy. Now I will put it in my tray on my saloon table, but I show you that in a moment how he's looking there. But I think what I will do still is I have here some little cards, the smaller ones, and maybe, I don't know, if I like a little bit to hang a little card around here, then I keep cutting it a little bit smaller. And I think maybe I like it to just to put a word on it, and maybe one on this side. I will think about it, but first I show you how he looks like in my tray. Try to build a little display. I don't know if I will use this kind of letters. I think I like it a little bit. Oh, I have to pull it out again when I have one over here. I don't know if it will stay this way, but we will see. And now I will squeeze this one also in my, I like it this way, and I like a little bit this way. Maybe I have to keep it wiggly. So now you see already I have a clean tray, just a simple wooden tray. It is so easy. I'm just always doing something. It's no rhyme or reason. Of course, I have some wooden books, and I painted this one only in the black color. I didn't mud pot it this time. I just use it as a riser. So I will just throw it in my display. Not really throw it in, but you know what I mean. Just do it in, and I think I will do my little farm on this. Of course, I have my IKEA Buxus bowl. Here in Netherlands we call it Buxus bowl. I don't know if you call it boxwood. If I am correct, of course, I will do him also in the. And I don't even use another planter, because I think they are very nice in the black color. So I use just this one, of course, in the corner. Of course, my drifted clock from only €1.50. So I have him, of course, also over here. I don't know, I hope you can see it a little bit. And of course, I want to do it this time a little bit in the fall spirit. So maybe I do my clock over here. I'm just playing around with something. So this is also a little display I made, just a simple little crate, and of course I did open it and just do a little buffalo check in the cover, in the lid, or if I don't know how you call it, at least in top of it. At least in top of it. So I never used some of the IKEA planters I just show you from $2.99. Some little lamps here. And you see already for almost nothing you have a little display. And of course I also have one little piece of the suitcases. So I will have them over here, because I will use a little bit in the fall season. So I will use some little mushrooms And of course, I think over here I will use some, I don't know if I found them too big or not, or if I will, I don't know if I like them, the clock also over here. You see, I changed everything around and around and around, and don't know if I like it over here more. I just, for me it's very important that it is coming to life, and I have to look to it and you have a feeling that everything is alive. So of course I have some candles, I put them over here. I don't know if I will use my pumpkins or not. I think I don't will. Of course, some greenery I just tuck in here, just squeeze a little bit in. But of course you also can do it without. But I always love some greenery, and I do it on the other side. I will change it up. So I will just tuck it over here, just squeeze it in, and just pull it over here. So you bring also, because it is the same greenery as I used in my little farm life, you see already that now it's coming back in your tray again, so you make one total piece of it. That's, I always think it's a little bit more restful for the eye. So I think already I am finished with this one, so I don't want to make it too full. So for me this is more than enough. So I show you now how he looks in totally on camera. So you see already, it already changed it already. I did already change it, and not now I'm still not totally satisfied how I want him to have, but this is it for now. You see here I did my little suitcase on top. I found it a little bit more coming in balance, and of course some pumpkin on this side, and of course the pumpkin will change also in another color, but for now I have it over here. Here you see my little farm, and of course I love how the farm turned out, but I'm still not happy about the little birds on top, if I like that or not. So there are still some questions, so I changed it already around for I think maybe 20 times. But I will change it up again probably, but for now he still looks very cute. But you know me, I will change everything up.
This is my milk can, which I had at home, still at home. Never used this. Here the sticker is underneath. It's brand new. It comes from a garden center, and it is, yeah, you can't see, it looks white, but it's actually a bit ivory grayish paint. But definitely not the color which I wanted to have. Therefore I have silver spray paint. I can also use dark gray spray paint, but that's a bit too dark in my opinion. I think silver is way much nicer. What I'm going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to clean this because here there's a bit of dirt and damage. Yeah, just going to clean everything, and then I'm going outside to use my spray paint, my silver spray paint, with my gloves, and I just use latex gloves, and a mouth nose mask, which you actually can find plenty of right now in the Netherlands because of Corona. I'm going to use that to spray paint. It's stormy outside, it's raining, I can't take the camera with me, but I think 2 layers of paint for this whole thing must be more than enough. When I'm done spray painting, I of course will show you how it looks like, and then I actually have to let it dry for at least 2 hours, I think, because yeah, that spray paint on the package, it says, oh, just let it dry for a half an hour, but in my experience it isn't enough. It's touch dry after 10 minutes, but yeah, I also experienced, especially with the silver one, it dries really slow. And when you pick it up, you get a fingerprint here, or you get your fingers dirty, but more, yeah, more serious is that you damage the paint job on the project which you're doing. Well, after everything is done, I want to paint here these ridges. Here, these three, and this one here, and maybe this one here on the bottom as well. Or on the top, I don't know yet. I think I will use acrylic paint for that. And tape to tape everything off, because then it gets a bit more of a rustic look. And then last but not least, I will find myself a print on the internet, which I'm going to print out, and then I will use Mod Podge to cover in or seal in the design. Yeah, I will first take a look on the internet for a nice printable. No, first going to paint, then I will take a look for printable, because this thing has to dry quite a while, and yeah, I think it will take some time to find a print. So I think I can do the spray paint first, and then I will show you the print on the computer. So this here is my printable for my milk can. I've tried to find, actually the text is the same as the one from Hobby Lobby, but the print is of course a bit different, because I couldn't find the exact same one on the internet, at least not for free. And I think this is also easier for me to cut out, because I'm going to let the vines up and here the plant as well, because that is a bit too thin for me to glue on the object or on my project. I think I'll leave it up white. I think that is more beautiful. But maybe I will give the pumpkin a bit of an orange color, but I don't know yet if I'm going to do that. On the other hand, I really like this style. It's a bit of a farmhouse style, and it's really easy for me because all the lines are so thick for me to cut out and glue with Mod Podge upon the milk can. And also the object or the print is quite yeah, small but long, and I think for my milk can that is better, because the milk can in the picture was wider and yeah, actually a bit less lower than the one I have. So I think this print will look better upon my milk can than you know, a more square shaped one than is on the Hobby Lobby picture. Print is right in front of me. It's a bit smaller than I expected, but on the other hand, I think it would look beautiful upon my milk can. I'm going to cut this out, and when the milk can is dry, I'm going to use Mod Podge to put it on. Here you see a close-up of the print. I didn't cut out every white part actually of the printable. For example, here with the apple and here with the paws of the bird. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a permanent marker, black marker, to color that parts in, because otherwise it's way too thin. And I also cut off here the swirl here on top of the pumpkin, because otherwise when I left it on, I don't think I would be able to do it with Mod Podge. Because then it starts curling and it's so thin. Yeah, I hope this part here is doing better, but we'll just have to see. First I have to wait till the milk can is dry, so I can't use Mod Podge right now. But the print is done. Here you see the print with the colored part here and here. And to be honest, I don't think you can see how it originally was to be, meant to be, but I like it this way, so have to wait till the milk can is dry. Okay, all the paint jobs, 5 in total, are done, and I already tried removing a little bit of tape to peek if everything is still on it, because I had it once before. I had painted an object and I poured off the tape and the paint came loose, but on this one it looks perfectly well. Painted some parts black and the most of the part are silver. Now I'm going to find the last bit of tape so I can remove the whole thing. This is the result of the paint job. Well, it's almost perfect, but here and there's a bit damage. Here, somehow the black paint started leaking through. And here on the top, some paint came loose. And here on this side as well. But that is basically it. I think this is the best side. So that's going to be my front side. And now it's time to use some Mod Podge and cover the sticker, the printable, which I have right here. I'm going to put that on there, by the way. This is the place where I want this to be, and now I'm going to use Mod Podge to cover everything up. The sticker is on. I'm going to let it dry and maybe I'll cover up with another layer of Mod Podge, but I think it looks pretty already right now. Because if I'm going to use Mod Podge, then only on the sticker area or on the paper area, not on the paint, because I think that isn't nice. I'll also try to see if I can fix these problems here and there, and this big one here at the top. But first I'm going to let this dry. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to work. I might damage the other paint, but I'll try. So I have applied a layer of Mod Podge on the print, and I was able to fix some damaged paint parts. Now it is almost dry, and I want to make a bow on top. Therefore I have used 3 pieces of cord or rope, and I'm going to make a bow. First I thought I'm going to glue it upon here, but I think using some rope on top is also very nice for a farmhouse fall look. So just do it very simple, nothing weird. Let's see if it's in the center right now. Yes, it is. Good. I'll make the loops. They're a bit too big. Do it again. I always have issues making bows. They never, ever go right the first time. So push. Yeah, this is better. I think I'm going to trim the edges of the cord a little bit because this is way too long. But you can also leave it like this. It's up to you, whatever you like. Put a bit more in the center. So now it matches in perfectly with the print. I'm just going to cut the cords a little bit and then we're done. This is how it looks like in the end. We decorated it with a huge pine cone on top, but you can also use other decor, of course, if you want. And here I put some lovely leaves with a pine cone and pumpkin and some berries. Now I think this is a perfect farmhouse fall item. I hope that you like it. At least I do, and I'm going to put it in my kitchen when I'm done decorating there.
So here you see what I will use for my unusual wreath. Of course I use some greenery, I use some corn. If I think here in the Netherlands we call it tarwe of gestekol. Of course I use some little pieces of yellow. I don't really know how this brand is called. Of course some greenery with some little dots of white flowers in it. Of course a little bit of the lighter tone green. It looks a little bit like lamb's ear, but I'm not really sure. And of course my eucalyptus in the green color, and of course in the brown color for the fall. Here you see I bought this one a while ago, but I never used it. It's in a glass and it just looks like it has water, but of course all is fake. But I will use the green top of the hydrangeas for this DIY, and of course I will use my, like you know already familiar, my wax. And of course here you see where I will make my wreath from. And of course I have a couple of them. I need I think 8 of them, so you will see what I will make of it. And this a little bit and some glue. You see it's just a couple of things you need for this unusual wreath. So let's make first our frame for my. So I hope my lighting is okay, because it's still a warm day here in the Netherlands. So I hope you still see. I hope that I'm not sitting into the light. What I'm going to try is what I really love so much is a frame from a window. I don't know if it will work out or not, but that's why I want to make my frame like a wreath, and that's the way I will do it with some flowers and greenery. But first I want to make a window, because I will use it as a wreath on my door in my hallway. but I never made one before, so this is also a challenge for me. These painter sticks are really nice to have, because you can make so much of it. Most of you use popsicle sticks, but that's not in the Netherlands. You don't have them over here. So now I already did, but I don't really know how I get. Then I have to do this one on top, or else it doesn't stick that way, or else I have to do what under it. That's what I also can do. I think it's better. I think I have it. And now I will glue it all together. I don't really know sure if I think it looks like a window. What do you think? Do you think it looks like a window? I'm not completely sure, but I will glue it together and we will see where it does bring us. So I will glue it together and then I will show you how it's looking like after I glued it together, because I won't bother you with that because that's taking too long. So you see here the window frame is glued, so but I thought I would do some wax on it, but I changed my mind. I am going to spray paint it, but if you like more the wood tone, but I like to more have a little color on it, so I will spray paint this one first. So you see now this is the color I painted. Of course, for the black matte color I thought it needed a little bit pop of, yeah, not really color, because black is not really a color, but I just needed to give it something else that I like only the wood color. So I did this, but of course if you like the wood color more, then you have to use the wood color, of course. And now you see how easy, just a frame. And now I will make 2 bushes, if I say it correct. I don't know if I really say it correct, with some branches, of course, some pieces of eucalyptus, of course, 1 piece of, I just cut it a little bit shorter because I think it's a little bit too long for this wreath. I hope you see. And I just take also just 1 of this one, and of course 1 of this one. But of course you can use anything you want, but I just show you what I'll use. Of course 1 over here, and I don't want it to be a lot of coloring. I don't know if I use 2 of the, or I do 1 of this one, of course, and now I still will do 1 of this one on top of here, and he has a metal branch, so I will fold this metal branch, of course, over here. And now I taking some piece of wire. Of course I should have done this earlier, but now I am just a piece of wire. Sorry if I am a little bit too slow. Like I said, I should have done it before. Of course, now just turn it around and just twist it at the back side, of course. And now in a moment I show you how you see here, I just move a little bit. So you see here already, I hope at least you see it already. And now I make the second one, of course, some piece of, I think I need this one, of course some green eucalyptus, and of course again some piece of my so just do it at the back of your branch, and of course this one also a little bit behind, and of course this greenery on top on the front, and of course again just the same green, and you just pull it over because it also has a little branch. And now because I'm still recording, I still don't have the wire already with me, so also this one I have to do this way. And of course just turn it around and just squeeze it. I will show you, I hope you can see it a little bit better. Just twist it at the back, and you see of course just a little pop of the color of the, and now we have to work this one a little bit over here. So you see here again a second bushes, because I think this is always a little bit easier than just to do all the branches separately, because that is a lot of work. And now you see I will do one over here, and then the hydrangea will come over here. So I will attach this to my little frame, I think my window, but I don't know if you agree with me if it is a window or not, but let's say it is, at least it is some kind of window. So I will attach it for you so you don't have to wait for that. So you see now I already have a little wire piece. You see already, this is a little bit what I mean, one over here and one over here. And now here I will do some hydrangea, and of course you can do some fall colors, more if you like more the orange or that kind of color, you just do that kind of color. But first I'm going to get my hydrangea off. At least I'm going to try. Now I'm going to look for if I have him. I want him over here, but he's a little bit too long, so I need to cut off a little bit more, but I hope to leave some piece of the, so now I will, because you see here already he's still in one piece, I am going to do some wire through it, and I'm going to try to get him over here. Just, I'm sorry, I think I was out of camera, I'm so sorry. And now I am going to try to place him inside of the corner, and also do him on your frame. I hope that will work. Of course you have to move a little bit, and I think he's getting still too high, so I will arrange that. But you see already a little bit what I mean. I will replace this one and I will make it dat in ieder geval lager. Here in the Netherlands we call it lager, a little bit down than what he is right now. But I will do that out of camera, because or else it takes too long. So you see I replaced him a little bit lower than I had before. Sadly enough I just lost a couple of the branches, but maybe I will pull this off and squeeze it somewhere in, so you still see a little bit of the simple. It is just pull some branches inside of your hydrangea and you still fit to go, you see. So now I will do some little text over here because I don't want a full a sign over here, but just do something here. So I will do that first before of course I will use my ribbon to make my hanging piece. So I'm back only for, I told you that I first would do the writing, but first I thought maybe it's nice to have just a little pop of the buffalo check also in the greenery and both sides. Oh, my English is today really so bad, I'm so sorry. So I'm cut 2 pieces of ribbon, I did a fishtail on them, and now I'm doing just simple wire in it, and of course I am pulling it so small that it will get together. Just turn it around and you just make a very simple way of, and now you just can squeeze it somewhere in, at least I hope I will. But most of the time when the camera is running it doesn't work that way. But I think that I have a lot of crafters, I think. So I will make some room. But so you see, also with people who are crafting, not everything goes okay. I will do it out of camera because this takes too long. You see, it was a kind of a task, but I got them in. But you see now it just gives a little pop of the buffalo check. I really love how he is looking right now. So now I will first do the text over here and then I will show you again. So here you see I did my text on it, and you see I'm not really the greatest artist about text, so but I still think he looks cute, and I think he looks great how he turned out, and how easy it is just to have a wooden frame, just paint it in the color you want, just make two bushes, and of course one bigger. You can use a sunflower, you can use a thing, just a piece of ribbon in your color which you want to use, and of course only one piece on top of here, and then your little an unusual wreath is done. So I am so happy how he turned out. In a moment I show you how he looks like. So but I'm happy already for how he is right now. So here you see how he turned out. I'm so happy with the end result. But it was a little bit of a task to get him, because I didn't thought about is that if you do on this side some greenery and some leaves, of course he will be heavier, so it is very difficult to get him in a good shape on the wall. That's why I probably see most of the YouTubers place this window on a mantle or on a table or in a tray. Then you don't have to hang it, but if you want to hang it you have to have on this side of course a little piece of heavier metal to give it some balance again. So but he turned out really nice.
Here are the items which I want to use in this video. I have to be starting with some wooden planks. These are actually sticks to stir paint before you apply paint. They're from the convenience store. They costed 20€ for each piece, and this one here contains 10 pieces, and here another part of 10. I don't think I will be using them all, but you never know. So that's it. I have paint. I want to paint it dark red Therefore I'm going to mix these two. These costed €1.50 for each color, so €3 for this. I have Mod Podge, had that at home together with these two brushes, one for the paint and one for the Mod Podge. I have rope, also at home, but if you want to buy it new, it costs €2. And I have my saw to cut the planks into smaller pieces. So, this is 20, 40, 60, 120, 60, yeah. €2, €4. These here are 3 together, and if you put these on, €2. So that is the price of what is laying in front. I didn't bought this for new, so this one doesn't count together with these, and of course not with the saw. Don't think I would be using them all, but you know, to just give a calculation, €4, €6, and then 3 additional, so that's €9 for my sign, maximum price. Okay, step 1 is measure how I need to cut the planks. Here is the centimeter. Let me see, I have to make 3 of these pieces like this to write on. Just like so, and then I'll write welcome to our patch over there. Oh, like so. No, then I need to place 2 like that. Let me see what's the bad side here. I can't cut through the sticker, so this one has to be, oh, stay there, you, like so. I'm not going to glue it like this. I'll put these one like that on the back. Maybe I'll need 2 of them doing that to make it a bit thicker, but we'll see how that turns out. Let me measure how large is one. 2.5. So this is 5 centimeter. Oh, what am I doing? Just like that. I'm going to measure. Do it better like that. It's up here. Also do one on the other side. So there's plank number 1. Then I want to leave, how much do I want to leave in between? This is 5. I think that's a bit too large. I think 3 centimeters is better. I'll be marking it. Like so. 3. 3 here as well. Another 5. Our plank layer number 2 is coming. Here's a plank, then I need 3 centimeters again. Here. And another 5. So, and planks here, here, and here. That means I have to cut it off right here. Right, the sewing part is done. I went outside and sewed the planks in a good measure. And this is how it's going to look. This is the back, by the way. I can't just let you see the front. Oh, well, I can, of course. Just remove these. And then hopefully these can get away pretty easily. this is how the front will look. Just like the picture. And then I'll just start gluing. I use Mod Podge for glue because I think that is one of the best opportunities for me with the glue I have at home. I'm not going to use any transparent glue or hobby glue, just Mod Podge. I think that works the best on this wood. I've tried it before, yeah, it just works fantastic. It dries really quick, and I think it is a really tight, I think it ties the wood together really well. Right. The glue is dry, it's ready to paint. I want to mix these two into this color, dark red. This is the color of my fall theme this year. So I'm going to mix them up until something close to this color, yeah, it's getting created. So here you can see how it looks like when the paint is dry. I've applied 4 layers of paint. The paint isn't of the best quality. You can still see it has a bit of a messy look. But on the other hand, that makes it also vintage, so you gotta think positive. And I really like the color. I didn't expect that I would be able to come so close to the color of the pumpkin in the previous shot. So now let it dry firmly, and then I'm going to put the letters on it. I'm not trying to write the letters down. You can see it like this, you can see it better. What I did, you see a point here, I measured the center of each part, and from there I start writing the letters. I just do it with a pencil like this, and when I'm satisfied with the result, then I just color it in with a black marker, because my experience with this paint isn't the best. I think I'm not going to be able to work neat when I use the black paint where I mix this with. sign off, I've made a bow. What I did, I made 2 loops, one here and another one here. This is, by the way, 1 rope. Held this between my fingers and then just made there. Did it 3 times on each side, and I used my fingers a bit like to do this while I was holding with the other hand, the one here in the center, to make bows from loops from the same size. At the end, just hold it firmly together, wrap the rope around several times, and then tie it off with 2 large knots, as I did here. I'm going to mess this up here, the ends of the bow, and then I'll just use some simple glue to attach this one here on the top. To attach the bow, I glued a little stick which I found outside, so this also for free, on the top of the sign. And I think, let's lay it down carefully, I'm going to, you can do it like this, but I made another bow. This one contains ribbon and rope. I think I like this better, and just drape this around as you want. And then I think you have a wonderful sign. And this is the final result of this challenge for today. I hope you think the sign is as cute as I think it is. I think I'm going to have much fun putting this in my home as the decor piece. Yeah, I think it looks great, the ribbon combined with the rope. I thought only the rope. You can do this, of course, but I think this fits my interior a little bit better because I have some of that ribbon prints as well here, and also a set of pillow cushion covers. Yeah, I think it turned out cute.
So here you see my trash item. There are some Coca-Cola bottles. Of course, they are from the Lidl. I think you already saw that. And of course, the iced tea zero also from the Lidl. We call it here Lidl. Maybe you call it Lidl. I don't know. But these are my trash items. I hope I will make something beautiful out of it. So. But first what we're going to do is fill them with some water, because the plastic from this time is not really the greatest plastic anymore. So they are very, you can squeeze them very easy. So I will do some water in it, and so I have to have a little less difficulties to spray paint them. So let's go some water in it, and of course we will remove the label, and then they will be ready for spray paint. So you see here I have the labels off of it, and now I did some water on it, and now they are ready to spray paint. And then after spray painting I probably will dry paint them with some dry brush, but first we're going to give them an undercoat. So let's go outside. See, this is 1 coat of paint. I think I need a couple of them. So you see I have the bottles painted, and now I'm going to try on some places. I will go to try to glue some rope on it. I will do it here in the middle, and I will do it here in the middle. This will be a little bit difficult, I think, but this is I think quite easy. And this one we have to see, I will do them here, and I will do them here, and something maybe over here. But we will see. I'm just going along, and I take you with me from some pieces, because I won't show you everything, because or else it will be taking too long of your time. Now we are going to do the first bottle, but this bottle is the bottle with the very thin plastic. So I have water in it, but he is already a little bit a little deuk in it. Of course you just can squeeze it in a little bit, but we are going to try to get some rope around it. Of course you can use a glue gun. I have a glue gun, but I always like a little bit more this glue. So first we're going to lay one of them in this little corner, and we just wait a little bit when he's dried up, and then we are going to wrap it around. And of course you don't have to use glue everywhere. I am doing now some glue over. I will show you that I do some glue over the long one and some over here and some over here. So every time you come past it with your rope, you will get some glue on it. I hope I can show you that you don't so I will give it a little bit. And I think this is, for me, it is the easiest way just to get some rope, or else it will be, when you have a glue gun, you have so much of the glue around it. So I'm just doing this, and I hope this will work also. And you see, it is, this piece is very easy to do. Now I have to wait because I want to have it a little bit glued together. So if I do too much, then the glue doesn't stick to my rope. And sometimes I think maybe I should have done the rope earlier than now, but because sometimes the glue of the paint is letting off. But if you do it later, you can't spray paint it anymore, or else you will spray paint your whole rope around it, and that's not really the way. I'm still getting one. I do some pieces over here to get a little bit more glue. So now we're going to work again, and I still hope that it will go the way I hope it goes. But this is also again a craft that you think, I hope everything is going right. I have to get it a little bit. I think I need a little piece over here, because or else I am getting a little hole, and that's not really a nice side. So I am going to, and now I'm going back up again, because you don't want to have pieces there are not with some rope. And this part is, but I don't know, if you don't want to see it, please skip forward. I understand if this is too long for you, because I can't stop the camera right now. So I have to go work with it. Maybe I will cut some piece of the video, I don't know, but I have to make this off, because or else my glue is already dried up. So, but you see how easy it is, and this is just an easy trash bottle. From here you see already I will get an open gap, so I will do the rope again in the piece that is still black, because I don't want an open. And then we are going further. And we're going back up again. And I hope he will dry right now. And every time when you come in a piece of which is a little bit lower than the bottle itself, it will give a little gap. But of course then you go back for it and you just doing the rope again. So you see here, this one falls into the gap, and now you see a little hole in your rope, and that's not a great sight to see. So that's why I'm going to get it up and just moving up again. And now we are going to further with the rope on top. And we are almost there. We really are almost there. And I think he looks very cute already. And that's from a plastic bottle from the trash. And now we are getting into the gap again, and then he probably go inside, and I will have some. You see already he's falling inside of this gap. Now you can see it really good. So I have to go over with my rope again, or else you get some gap, and that's really not a great sight. So just do your thing in it again. Now I'm cutting it off. Now I have to get some glue around it. I don't think you can see it right now, but I think you already know what I mean. And just glue the rope. I'm hoping that you can see it. Just glue the rope against. And I use always a pen to get it inside of the place, because that works for me a little bit better. But maybe you can use a spatula, I think you call it this way, spatula. So, and before you really get to dry the rope, maybe just look for if you have to remove something. But I think he is looking quite nice already. So now I hope this rope will turn, and then I will do the other one, but I will bore you with that. So I think you already saw one, you saw enough. So I will do the second one out of camera. So you see, I did the two bottles, and of course I did some piece on top of it. And you see often too, sometimes you see, that was a little bit Dutch. You see here just little touches of black. This from the paint, because I think my glue is very aggressive, and when you do this on your spray paint, it just really wipes it away. So, but I will work this one away, because I will do here some antique wax on it, because I like it a little bit darker. And of course now we are going to decorate the bottles. I will do here in the middle, I will do two pieces of my ribbon, and of course when I have two pieces of this, then I will make one little piece where you can write something on it, and of course I will write here something on it, and I will show it. And you see that will come in the middle, and of course here the same way. And then of course I will make I will decorate it on top. So but first we are going to do the middle of my bottles. So I will do first one, and then the other one I will do out of camera, because or else you will get very bored. And of course I have the same length, and of course I'm going to try to give them some little pieces of a little fishtail. One over here, and of course do the same over here. And they don't have to be big, because just a little piece. So you see, now you have a little bit at the end. It looks a little bit more prettier than if you do. Now I have to look if I get the blocks at the same height. And of course you see here, if I do this, then I have them on the same height. So I glue this one together. And of course I have to be very careful. What I didn't do is I will make it over here. And now I will first, before I glue too much, I will do one piece over here, so I can decide a little bit better if I have them on the same block, because you see here they are now in the same, they are walking the same way, because I don't like it if the blocks are walking away from each other. And of course I will glue this also. Now I'm going to try to do the blocks also at the same height. Now we are going to do this side. Maybe you can see it a little better, but I think you already know how you can glue your ribbon. I don't think that will be any problem. So we are going to get them a little bit so they will. And don't use too much glue. Of course, a little piece at the end, of course. So we will stay, and of course we have to do a little bit at the end over here. And a little bit over here. So. I think you already know what I mean. And now we are going to, because he is in the middle right now, and now we are going to try to do some label on it. And of course I'm going to try to get them also inside of the but I think this one won't stick too much. I think I need a newer one, but you already get a little bit the idea. And then I will write something on this. So, but I will do that out of camera so you don't get bored. So you see, it's a little bit of change of plans, because it didn't work the way I had it in my head. So I thought I'd do a little label on here, but that didn't work. So I decorated it for the fall with some leaves and some apples and some rose bottles. Yeah, I think it's English is a little bit the same. And of course a little apple on top. And now I will do, in a moment I will do some label on it with some rope, some twine, and also a rose bottle and an apple. But I show you that in a moment. So I am now busy, at least I did already some tags. I just used a simple black tag card, and of course I took a piece of ribbon and I just fold them together, and then I did a white piece of paper on it, and then I wrote fall on it, and of course 2 rose bottles and a little apple. The only thing I really am so frustrated about is because the glue is, if you put glue on the apple, really the inside of the apple is totally disappearing, because I think the glue is too aggressive, like I told you earlier. But that's really a hard time. And now you see, I will have a bottle over here, and you see I will do a tag over here. One is happy, the other is fall, and then I will decorate my little crate with it, and I'll show you how I decorate it in a moment. But you see, everything is coming together. It is really a hard day for me today, because nothing is working the way I wanted to, but I think every crafter has one of those days. So this one I will put on my bottle, and then I show you the finished result. So here you see how my little display turned out. I'm just showing you on my dinner table, but of course it's going into my kitchen. You see here I just used a simple wooden crate, and of course I did some bigger pumpkin in it. This is a velvet pumpkin, and I bought them for €4.50. So he was on sale and he's very big. Of course a little squirrel, and of course some little lantern, and of course my 2 trash bottles, and they did give me a headache. So, but I think at the end he turned out quite cute, but it was a task. But I'd say that for more of my DIYs, but this one was something. So, but you see here how easy it is, just with a little simple crate, some bigger pumpkins, some 2 trash bottles, and of course just some spray paint, some labels, and a little squirrel, and you are ready. Can making a little display. So I am very happy how he turned out finally. So I hope you enjoyed watching. So this was it already for today. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I just hope you got a little bit of inspiration from it. So like I said earlier, if you are new here and you like this content, I hope you will consider subscribing. And of course, for everyone who is here already for a long time, thank you so much for your support. You know we are appreciated so much. So everyone, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. And we hope to see you in our next video. Love from Dyanne and me. Bye everyone.